everybody. So we are finally live. Sorry, we are slightly late. We were just chatting behind the scenes and got a wee bit carried away with ourselves, didn't we, Arianne? But we're here now. So wherever you are in the world, let us know. If you're watching on replay, again, just let us know in the comments when you're watching back. So welcome, Arianne.
Yay!
I am so excited to have you here because do you know what? I absolutely adore your book.
Good to hear.
Wait till you see this book. Honestly, I am highlighting parts of it the whole way through it. It's just a breath of fresh air. But before we get into your book, we should maybe introduce you.
I would love that.
Yes, tell us all about yourself, Arianne. I know that you are a dog lover. You're also a very experienced dog behaviourist and trainer. Is that right? And a spiritual guru or coach as well. So tell us more about that.
All right. Thank you. I'm so blessed that I'm here, that I met you on social media, because that is the good part from social media, that we meet people all over the world. And there we are. I'm from Canada. You're in the UK.
Yes,
UK. Right?
yes.
Nice. Oh, this is so awesome. So hello, everyone from Canada. I am Arianne Durand. I'm a mom of four teenagers right now, or the first one is already 20 now. So, and I have right now 3 dogs. I am 30 years a dog trainer, and I went to the whole evolution of dog training, how we did that 30 years ago, all the way till now. And I changed my approach a lot, because it is not just fixing the dog anymore. We have so much behavioral issues, not because the dogs are getting worse, but because we don't know how to interact anymore. We don't understand our dogs anymore. And we're hoping that we can fix it by controlling them. But that's not the way.
That's amazing. How would you say, when would you say the shift came for you then? What was the kind of epiphany moment in your career when you finally realized that things had to change?
Yeah, thank you for asking, because that is huge. I need to say that 30 years ago, I had the most amazing instructor that coached me already, and that was a dog instructor, and there was a psychologist already involved. So 30 years ago, I already started to understand it's not just about the dogs. But in those years, I was still, besides talking with the people and kind of inspiring the people, I was still helping the people to fix their dog. And then in our lockdown, right, 2020, we know it all. I was here in the home with 4 teenagers and a brand new puppy. So I needed to not just raise that puppy, but I needed to inspire my kids to be part of that whole process as well. And you know what? Controlling a puppy and kids in a lockdown doesn't really work. So it became one of my like right now, one of my best things that I learned is we played games and we were interacting with each other, not because we needed to, but because we wanted to. And the puppy is literally raised by all of us. And that's the good part. And there was nothing better. I'm so blessed that we just had a puppy before lockdown, because at the end, it really carried us through the whole time.
I absolutely love that you've had that experience as well, because you hear so many sad stories of families bringing in puppies over lockdown and having a completely different experience. It's just to have your kind of experience where it brought the family together. So would you, in your opinion then, when you compare it to your other 2 dogs, would you say that there's a significant difference for the better between how you raised your puppy over lockdown and your other 2 dogs prior to lockdown?
So I don't have any dogs prior to COVID anymore. So the other ones came after. Yeah. So they are even better. So one came, the oldest is now 5 years old. So that was the brand new puppy during the lockdown. And then we have one 4 years old. came also in that lockdown because,
Yeah.
like, can you imagine my kids, teenagers, were at home online school for 2.5 years. That's how long we had it. So, in the second year, we got a rescue dog who was
Okay.
only 10 months old, but we were the fifth owner. So you
Oh
can
God.
imagine how much stress and how much anxiety that dog had. But you know what? That dog was meant to be with us. And that dog became my oldest daughter's dog. And he literally helped her through the hard times of online school where it wasn't really fun anymore. But he was sitting beside her on a chair. And anytime when she had a hard time and her emotions came up, he came to her and he kind of nurtured her in the moment. And on the other side, we started to put all the things that we learned with the first puppy in lockdown. We addressed that with the rescue dog who had, like, he had so much fear of being hit. I think he's abused so
Oh,
bad. So we really needed to work on patience, on trust, on feeling safe before he can even be confident, right? But we did that all because he was helping us
yeah.
and we could help him. So he was the second dog who really, with all these lessons, worked through this, and it paid off. It literally pays off. You need to watch your dog and not pushing your dog through things anymore, right? A dog who has fears for certain things, be more patient and try to understand how we can support them to not feel that way.
Yep.
So even my book and everything I do is based on that. Why are we trying to push our beliefs onto the dog, but the dog doesn't have a say anymore? But if we turn it around, we can be so much more in harmony and have that love and support that we get from the dogs. We really can receive that and give it back.
I love the word harmony. It's just such a beautiful word, isn't it? It just makes you so warm inside. That's one of the things that I loved about your book when I was reading it, as well as you talk an awful lot about energy and how dogs can, read our energy really well, and how we feel transfers onto them and vice versa. And it's just this unified, very harmonious and synchronized bond. So tell us more about your book then, because I'm itching to find out the motivation behind it, but also just, yeah, everything, like just everything. Tell me
Now
everything.
let's start with the picture, right?
Yes.
So this is my puppy in lockdown. The
Okay.
oldest is Joy, right? So she was the first one. Then we had Charlie, that was the rescue one, who is not on the picture because it's actually my daughter's dog and not mine. But my daughter lives still here, so he's still living with us. And then we have Luna, and Luna is a puppy. She is 1.5 years old now, and she is literally raised just with all the things I know now. And she is so happy, harmonious, and everything in it. So, and then my friend made this picture because I think this so much show how much we can live in harmony and understanding and open ourselves up for the perspective of the dogs, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's why it's called Be the Change, because instead of fixing the dog, let's see the other side, take responsibility. We have
Yes.
so much behavior that shows in the dog, but it actually comes because we motivated it, or we with our doubts and our uncertainties, we carried it over to the dog. The dog didn't know what to do. If and what you said, it's all about energy. But if our energy doesn't match with what we ask from the dog, then the dog is like, sorry, I don't get the message, because the dog is feeling your energy, but your words are completely different, because what we are taught as human is we use our words in our communication, but the value actually is in the energy, because you cannot fake your energy. You can fake your words. You can say you have a happy day while you're not, right?
Yeah.
But dogs know, even if you say I have a happy day, your dog is like, don't pretend. You're not.
Do you know what? I'll never forget my late Tibetan Mastiff Louis was so in tune with how I felt every single day. And I used to get terrible panic attacks. And it was as though sometimes I wouldn't even know they were coming on, but sometimes he would come up and he would put all his weight on my body. And it was as though he could sense before
Yes.
they even began that
Yeah.
was about to happen. And it just brought a sense of calmness to me. And it's just amazing to see that is possible. I mean, you read about it and there's lots of scientific reports about it, but you don't quite believe it until
Yeah.
you see it for yourself, and it's
But isn't
incredible.
isn't that so
Yeah,
wonderful what they can give to us?
yeah,
It's just we closed off so much of their lessons that they give us, right? And I even talk about it. There's so many lessons that they have for us, but we don't see it anymore because we're too busy, we're stressed, we're not even open to change anything. But if we start to become a little bit more curious and start to ask the question instead of judging their behavior, but ask the question and say, like, why would my dog do that right now? Why?
yeah,
And that's the big thing. And you know what? And that's why I wrote the book with big be the change and smaller for your dog. Because
yeah.
if you can be the change for your dog and your relationship with your dog gets in harmony, in balance, in seeing each other,